Representative Dunn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think most of the questions have been about the plan, and mine's going to be a little bit more about the process. All of this is based on going into a partnership with our federal government. And there's a lot of people who don't trust the federal government, and I think there's a good reason not to. This General Assembly tried to set up a way for our congressional delegation, our federal folks, elected officials, to come and have a conversation with us. They wouldn't or couldn't make it happen. You all have worked with the federal government to get us to this point, and I don't know if it's a handshake, a notarized thing, a pinky promise. I don't know where you are with this agreement. But we've seen with the implementation of the Affordable Care Act that even that things are set in law in black and white, they change. The federal government decides this is how we're going to do it. And so part of the process next week, is there a way that we can get one of these creatures from the federal government with some authority to come down here and sit in front of us? Because I like to look somebody in the eye and say, are you telling us the truth? And I think it's to the benefit of this administration to do that also, because you've been telling us this, and I have no doubt that you've been telling us the truth and this is how it is. But if this is approved and goes to the federal government and then they change everything, it's going to make you all look really bad, like you misled us. And so I would hope between now and then we could look for a way to get one of these federal officials with some authority to come down here and answer questions to make sure we all have the same understanding going forward, and for them to give us assurances and promises. Is that possible?
I think you make great points, and I think that's a fair request. And they actually have they reached out to the governor and said, if you all think it would be helpful, and so from what I hear you, Representative Dunn, you think it would be helpful to have somebody from HHS, someone that has authority to come down and sit in front of y'all and be willing to say, this is what we had verbally agreed to then. Is that correct?
I like to look people in the eye. Now, if you check with the chairman where it will be going through and see if that's how they want to handle it. I don't want to tell them how to run their hearings. I'm on finance, so if it makes it to that point, then yes, I would like to see that. And I'm sure you can check with the chairman and see if that would be helpful in their committee.
If I could just add one thing, Chairman Dunn, we did, unlike a lot of states, we tried to negotiate all this on the front end rather than coming out and saying we want to do this and we'll figure out the details later. We're bringing you something that we do think is baked and that we do have a verbal agreement on, and you can see in the actual waiver amendment what we're proposing to them. And what you all will be voting on is that, or as substantially described. So that's what you know what the deal is. It should be in front of you in writing.
The Affordable Care Act is in writing also. Thank you.